They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Notre Dame's offense will get the first crack at it here. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
While they dial up on second and a long way to go. Looking downfield, it's Carr. He's got it down the middle. Reaches into the bag of moves and finds his way up to the 31. Notre Dame right back to the line. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Irish. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cardinal offense will get its first chance now. And we'll get a quick look at one of the early leaders for the Heisman. Winning the award as a running back certainly demands something beyond the normal. He's going to have to put together a stellar season, David.
No, he will. And listen, it's hard for running backs to get this award. Now, it is a quarterback award, but recent years, Ashton Jeanty, you saw him there. But you got to be the catalyst. You got to be the straw that stirs the drink. You got to put up huge numbers. So far, Palmer, he's been a catalyst. He's been great. He's just going to have to keep it going.
And his numbers are pretty good now. I think they have a chance to get even better. When you look at the schedule moving ahead, they're going to have to force-feed him the football. He's going to have to play big in those games if they're going to keep winning. So keep an eye on this guy as a Heisman favorite because he's got that kind of ability.
Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Finds his target down the middle. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Got it in stride inside the 20. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Cardinal, once feeling the shadow of that goalpost, now have moved it out and putting a drive together. Might be changing the route. Trying to get the corner. There he goes. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. Williams will pass. Wideout trying to get it in. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Cardinal! Looking for the time with the extra point. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. It has been a rocky ride through Big Ten play so far, and they're running out of time to turn it around.
Yeah, and sometimes the Big Ten will do that to you, right? It's a competitive conference. There's a lot of competitive environments that you have to step into, and they haven't been great this season, let's be honest. But, Jesse, I'm more interested to see how they finish off the last part of this season because it's one thing to have expectations and to get down. It's another thing to quit.
Yeah, you just want to see how resilient they are too, David, because the coach, he's been saying the right things after taking all these losses at the podium, after games. We got guys hurt. We've got young players. We're inexperienced. We're learning how to win. But, you know, you're running out of time for excuses.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Stanford. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
Finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating the turnover and getting points off of it.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It's a draw. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Looking to pass. It's Carr. Slings it downfield. Complete to the left. Turning it on. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many.
After the filthy move, he's got room. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. The run from the shotgun. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Using the quick game. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on a drag.
Yeah, receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Williams looking for a man. Unloads to the right. It looked like a catch, but they'll say he was out of bounds.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Complete to the left. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Back open in the middle. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
They'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
As a defense, when you're facing a big running back like this, you are making a business decision every time they carry the football. You got to ask yourself the question, do I want to be taking this dude on head-to-head for the entirety of this football?
Stanford at the line, needing to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he makes the catch. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll send the back in motion. Floats it out in space. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety, you get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing, great job getting a touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Gives it on the option. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Bring in the heat. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Notre Dame right back to the line.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
Scanning the field, it's Carr. Here's a heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Off the play fake. Here's the pressure. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down. The Irish send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. He fires to the left side. It's caught. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. He's at the 30. 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Williams will pass. Fires to the big fella. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24. Stanford with a lot of options here on second and short. Looking to fire. Snagged out in the air. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Ball is at the 35. It's first and 10. Going to try to get it himself. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Looking left. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense...
Fires toward the end zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Bringing it back. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up.
Breaks into the open. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Gets it out quickly. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cardinal can be aggressive here on second and short. They're going to run it. They knock him down at the 40, but he picks up 5, and it'll be enough for a first down.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on second down, no problem for them.
Williams looking for a man. It's complete to the right. Crosses the 30. He's got a lead. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Stanford going back to work with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. It's first and goal as Stanford comes to the line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford! Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Here come the Irish back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Caught over the middle. It's Washington. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
He's going for a big play downfield. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. They're dealing with a second and long. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a first and goal. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Off play action. Backs looking for the goal line. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season.
He's loose on the right. Crosses midfield. The 30. At the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
That's the kind of play that might happen only one time in your life if you're lucky. It's like a hole-in-one in golf. Pollock, a 99-yard touchdown run.
When you get almost 100 yards on the day, you're happy. But when you get it on one carry, it's even better. They give it to him. Once he gets past that second level, no one catches him all the way to the house. 99 yards.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Williams will pass. Unloads to the wideout. Rolls it in. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. It's a draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Quick strike complete. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Gets the back moving. Williams looking for a man. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they take it in for 6 more points. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
And I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide, dump it to your playmaker. Your running back takes the football. He does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making a play.
He'll start this drive firing. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at 2nd down.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute...
Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The offense changing the play. Motion from the back. Williams will pass. He fires one deep down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Stanford comes to the line, and that 1st down marker is a long way away. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a 1st at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go back to the ground. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Fires left. It's caught downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. On the option. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Stanford! They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're gonna...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Catch in the middle. It's Williams. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. On 4th down, going to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. Great place to start for this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill. And I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going. And as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Hauls it in. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Complete. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2.
Nice job by the...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cardinal. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out. Just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Finds his tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He wants a big play here late. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The offense in hurry-up mode. Williams looking for a man. Fires to the right. Intercepted, and finally, this defense makes a play.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
And, man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
They kick it away on 4th down. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. One more play to pad the stats. To the ground with the back. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry.